Hello, everyone. I'm Anil Kumar from Toronto, Canada. We are working on rational functions. Today, we are going to learn about some applications based on reciprocal functions. Okay. So I hope you have reviewed all the concepts learned so far. Be ready with your calculators and the books and notes so that we could quickly answer two questions which we are going to take today. It is kind of a mock test for you. Okay. I'd like you to introduce yourself one by one. Let's begin with Vishruta.
Hi, my name is Vishruta. I'm doing advanced functions in the summer with Anil sir, so I can be prepared for September.
Hamza.
My name is Hamza. I'm currently in grade 10, going to grade 11, and I'm learning advanced functions. I have a head start next year.
Ankita.
Hi, my name is Ankita. I am currently learning advanced functions with Anil sir to get prepared for my grade 12 year.
Akshit.
Hi, my name is Akshit. I'm currently learning advanced functions so I can do my best next year.
Great. So semester is going to start in September. We are almost at the end of August. Perfect. Okay, so this is a kind of fifth unit. So you're done well in this month. I'll share with you the lesson today. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So let's begin with Hamza. Can you please read question number 1?
Okay, sorry, 1 second. Ben bought some pizzas for $900 to raise funds for the charity. He kept 10 pizzas for the volunteers and sold the rest for $1,040. There were 8 slices in each pizza. The profit was 50 cents a slice. How many pizzas were in the original order? What was the original price of each pizza, and what did they change? What did they charge each slice?
Great. The two questions which you see on the screen, I've seen them every year, every test. You get my point. On reciprocal function, one of these is always there in the test paper. And therefore, it is a very important question to deal with, correct? I've seen them with the same values also. Okay. Now, Ankita, please read question number 2.
Sam cycles 5 kilometers to return a friend's bicycle, then walks home. The entire trip takes 1.5 hours. Peter cycles 4 times faster as he walks. How fast does he walk?
Correct. So this is speed, distance, time. Both of them involve rate, right? Rate of doing things, right? Rate of selling, rate of walking. So when the rate comes, you get the parameter, the variable in the denominator, and therefore it becomes a reciprocal function. You get the idea. So now you know direct application of real life situations. How do we connect them with the reciprocal function? Right? Second question is very simple. So let me take question number 2 first, and then we'll get to question number 1. So let's try to solve question number 2. We'll apply similar concepts to solve question number 1, which is slightly difficult. So, okay. Vishruta, can you please read question number 2 again and then help me out in figuring out the solution?
Sam cycles 5 kilometers to return a friend's bicycle, then walks home. The entire trip takes 1 hour, 30 minutes.
Yes. 30 minutes.
Peter cycles 4 times faster as he walks. How fast does he walk?
Perfect. So first thing first, whenever you have a question, you have to read and sketch a diagram which represents the equation, correct? So in this case, very simple. Sam is walking from one place to the other. Right? Let's call these places as he walks to home to his friend's house. Right. Okay. Makes sense. And then it says this distance is 5 kilometers. We know this is 5 kilometers. So the distance is fixed. Let me show you how it is a reciprocal function. Distance, speed, time relation. How are they related? Yes, distance is what? Distance is product of speed and time, right? Distance is product of speed and time. Now, if you fix the distance, then how is time related? Well, time is equal to distance over speed, right? If you want to find the time, it is distance over speed, correct? Or if you want to find speed, it is distance over time. Now, if you walk faster, the same distance, you take lesser time, correct? Make sense? correct? So we know that time is inversely proportional to the speed, correct? D is a constant. You know, D is a constant. Does this logic make sense? The distance between the two places is fixed. D is constant, numerator is constant. Therefore, we could say, well, time is inversely proportional to speed. Time is inversely, and therefore, if you write it as an equation, you have to multiply by a constant. In this case, that is a distance, correct? So anyway, you look at it, it makes sense. But you see speed coming in the denominator, that means reciprocal function. The variable is now in the denominator. Perfect. Now, Sam cycles 5 kilometers and returns home. The entire trip takes 1.5 hours. So what we'll do here, as we do with any distance speed time graph, we should have something like this, as we have to relate the three parameters. One of the parameters, as you see, is distance. The other one is speed, and then we have time, correct? Now, the journey from house to friend, let me say H to F, right? H to F. Sam cycles 5 kilometers. It is 5 kilometers. We know distances we are giving in kilometers. Okay. And time is in hours. The entire trip takes 1.5. So friend to house. Let's make another column, which is total. Let's say total. So the entire trip takes 1.5 hours. That is what is given to us. So you can put these values in the table. Peter cycles 4 times faster as he walks. That means if the walking speed is x, then cycling is 4x. So I can write for cycling, because he walks back, right? So this 5 kilometers returns is walking, correct? And this is cycle, correct? So if he walks at a speed of x, then cycling speed is 4x. Do you see that? Is that correct? Try to see how we are easily making the equation. So what is time? Time is one way going in this direction by cycle will be 5 over 4x, correct? And to return the same distance of 5 by the speed of x. Is that clear to you? Any doubts to anyone? Hamza, is it clear?
Sorry, I have to go for a second. Can you, okay, I'll just check in the video, but I think it's clear.
Okay, Ankita, now can you relate the time and give me an equation to be solved so that we can find the answer of this question?
Sorry, I'm just thinking.
Yeah, think. So we have seen the time from home to friend's house is 5 over 4x, and returning is 5 over x. Total time is 1.5, right? So that means sum of these two times, which is 5 over 4x plus 5 over x, should be equal to 1.5. Is that clear? Simple as that. No difficulty. It's like a simple distance time equation which you have been working earlier on also. Now, most of the students will leave it in decimals. However, I like fractions. So 1.5 can be written as 3 by 2, correct? 1.5, instead of going into decimal, it can be written as 3 by 2, right? Can we easily solve this equation and get the answer for x? Take common denominator or multiply by 4x, everything, correct? If I multiply by 4x, everything, so that is to say, what am I doing? Just times by 4x, correct? Then what do you get? 4x cancel here, so you get what? 5 plus 4 times 5, 20, correct? X and x will cancel, equals 2. If you multiply by 4x here, 2 will cancel. You get 2, 6x.
Sorry, sir. So that bottom line that you put in the chart, that represents the total.
Yes. So multiply everything by 4x so that you get rid of denominator. Simple solution. Get rid of denominator. So the first one, as you can see, 4x and 4x is cancelled. You're left with 5. X and X cancel. 4 times 5 is 20. And here, 4 cancels, you get 2. 2 times 3 is 6. So you get this equation, right? So which is 25 equals to 6x. And therefore, x is equal to what? X is 25 over 6. Great. How fast does he walk? That was the walking speed, correct? X is my walking speed. So we know so many kilometers per hour is my answer. Is that clear to you? Easily. Using reciprocal functions, we have solved this question.
Sir, I have
Any
a question.
doubt? Yes.
Sorry, on your calculator, every time I read I want, like, for example, I want to divide 5 divided by 4, and it gives me 5 over 4. How do you put it into decimal? How would you make the fraction a decimal? I can do this.
There is a change. Okay. There is S to D converter. On this, we have this SD. Press that. SD.
Sorry, this is my, one second, which one?
SD, S to D.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Yeah, decimal.
Okay.
Decimal to fraction, it converts rational number.
Oh, okay.
So then you will get the fraction.
Okay.
I have shown you here, very important thing also, working with fraction is better. Do you see how easily I could solve without getting into 1.5 and multiplying with decimal? No. I have got rid of denominator by multiplying everything by the common denominator, 4x, correct? And easily we got our answer. Is this absolutely clear to you? Right? Simple question. But
Sir?
important question.
Sorry,
Yes.
sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, you
I
can
just
go.
missed the first part, the table. Can you just explain how you did the table again? I know the
problem.
distance being the time. I just missed the table because my dad came
Oh,
in.
no problem. We'll do
Yeah.
it all over again. Very important for solving any distance time. You form a table. Let me just now make a table like this. In this frame, I'll make it, right? So you have distance, speed, time, 3 columns. One way going in one direction, then again we have total, correct? So distance, speed, and time. So, this is distance, speed, and time. Normally, I also write the units. So kilometers, and this is in hours. So speed is kilometers per hour, right? Makes sense? Okay. So we are going from home to friend's house. That is first thing. And that too by cycle, right? So this was cycle. Okay. And then returning from friend's house to home, walking, right? So let's say walk. So distance is fixed, 5 kilometers, no change in distance. You walk the same distance back. As far as the speed is concerned, we have to now define a variable. We are saying let the speed of walking be x. Why? Because they say how fast is he walking? Does he walk? So we define that as a variable w or x, right? So walking is x. Then it says that Peter cycles 4 times faster. So that means this is 4x. Speed of cycling is 4 times faster. 4x. What is the time to reach friend's house? Time is distance divided by speed, correct? So 5 over 4x. And for the second one, 5 over x. Total time, we write total here, right? So total time is how much? Given to us, 1.5. So we get our equation equating these 3 things, which is right there. 5 over 4x plus 5 over x is equal to 1.5, which is 3.2. 1.5 is 3.2. Simple equation to solve. Multiply everything by 4x, get rid of the denominator, solve, and you get your solution. X is 25 by 6, and then you calculate your answer. 4 point something you will get, right? So just do 25 divided by 6 is equal to what? 4.16, right? So you can say 4.16 kilometers per hour. Is that clear?
Sir?
Yes.
So whenever we get a distance, speed, time problem in reciprocal functions, right? So we follow this method, right, sir?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
This is the most efficient method. Simple as that. You can see a table. This I explained to you how the things are related, distance, speed, and time, correct? You understand the concept, right? Simple equation, get rid of denominator by multiplying by a common factor, and then you solve linear equation. You get then you solve a linear equation. You are done. Yes.
So you said D is constant because we have to go the same distance and come back the same distance, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes there could be some changes, but most of the, if it is not known, I mean, he may go to a mall, for example, right? Which may be, let us say, 1 kilometer less, even then you will know what distance is, correct? Or you, from the question you can make up something or the other. Okay, so now let's move on to our very first question, which is slightly more difficult. Now, I like Akshat to read this question and then to make an equation, okay? Akshat, can you please read and try to make an equation?
Yes, sir. Ben bought some pizzas for $900 to raise funds for the charity. He kept 10 pizzas for the volunteers and sold the rest for $1,040. There were 8 slices in each pizza. Their profit was 50 cents a slice. How many pizzas were in the original order?
So when you have how many pizzas were in the original order, let us say there were X pizzas in the original order. Define your variable. So first step is define your variable. Let there be X pizzas in the original order. Is that correct? Now, he kept 10 pizzas. That means he did sell X minus 10 were sold, correct? Is that clear? He kept 10 and he sold the rest at this much. Now part B, can you read this part?
Yes, sir. What was the original price of each pizza?
Can you estimate what could be the original price? Total price is $900, right? So $900 is the total. We don't know how many pizzas, but you want the price, dollar value, correct? So
Yeah.
if you divide with number of pizzas, you know each pizza cost, correct? This is the original price. We say cost price. Is that okay? Is that clear?
By pizza doesn't mean each slice of pizza.
No, no. When you buy it, you don't buy it with slices, right? When you are selling, then you are selling by slices. Now, when it says how many pizzas were originally ordered, we are saying X pizzas were originally ordered. What was the original price of each pizza? Definitely 900 divided by X will be the price. We don't know X now, but that is the price, correct?
Yeah.
Then what did they charge each slice? Now the slice is coming, correct? Now, but let's look into this. Now, can you help me form an equation here? He kept 10 pizzas for the volunteers and sold the rest for 1040. So what is the selling price? Total is selling price of each. We are saying cost price of each. You get my point. You can say the rate, right? Per pizza. So 1040 is sold how many?
Is it X minus 4?
X minus 10 because 10 kept. He did not sell 10
yeah.
out of the whole lot. So out of X which were purchased, 10 were not sold. Only X minus 10 were sold. Therefore, when you were selling, there was a selling price of each pizza, right? Which will be 1040 divided by X minus 10, correct? Is this clear to everyone? Now, the profit is 50 cents a slice. When the profit is 50 cents a slice and there are 8 slices, so what is the profit per pizza? Tell me.
400 cents.
8 into 50 cents, correct? $4. 400 cents is correct? $4. That is the profit. Is that clear to you? Profit is per pizza $400. And what is profit? Profit is equal to selling price minus cost price. Profit is the difference of selling and cost price. Simple. So we have an equation that selling price, which is 1040 over X minus 10, which has to be much greater, then only then you'll get a profit, correct? You can now write down that 1040 divided by X minus 10 minus 900. We are talking in terms of pizza. Each pizza, the profit made is $4. Done. You get your equation. Is this equation clear to everyone?
Sir, and then you solve for X, right?
Yeah, just multiply by the common factor, X times X minus 10. So you'll get a quadratic equation. Solve that quadratic equation to get your answer. But important part is this equation clear to you?
Sir, I have a question.
Ask.
So if we're given anything with profit, right, sir? Let's say like something other than pizza too.
Mhm.
Would we approach it the same way? Like you know
Exactly
how
same way. Exactly same way. Profit is selling price minus cost price. Done.
so you just find the profit. But in order to do that, you have to form an equation for the selling price and the cost price, right?
Depending on the situation, you may have to work out differently, but basically it boils down to these three steps. Find the cost price, find the selling price, and the difference is profit. Solve your equation. Perfect. And clear, we have a quadratic equation. You are going to multiply by x times x minus 10 on both the sides and then solve it. You'll get your answer. Perfect. Now remember, if you get answer in decimals, let us say if you get answer in decimals, don't write that. You have to round it to the right number. You get my point? You know, we cannot give you exact value. For this, you'll get exact answer. I'm not saying that. But in the test, if you get, for example, 8.75 or 8.60, something like this, you have to think, should I round this 8 to 9 or to 7? Depending on the situation, you have to think and write down the correct answer. Do you understand? Okay.
Sir? So when we solve the profit equation, right, sir? And we get the value for x, how
Yes.
would we proceed after that?
That
Just
is
plug in
clear.
the
Now you can answer each question. We'll start from the top. How many pizzas were originally sold? That is x itself, correct?
okay, yeah.
What is the original price? Original price of the, we already know the cost price is the original
So
price.
900 divided by x, right?
Yes. What did they charge per slice? So you can now know what were the charges per slice. You get this. You have to find the selling price of each, then divide by 8 per slice. Correct? Because this is cost of 8 slices. Selling price of 8 slices, right? You divide by 8 to get per slice. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
can we try solving the profit equation just so for visualization?
Oh, sure. Sure, we can. So just do it on your own. Okay.
Yeah.
And here. So what do we have here is what we could do. We all can be divided by 4 also, right? So, and we will multiply by x minus 10. So let me do it in small steps, right? X minus 10 times 1040 minus 900. Sorry. 1040 will get multiplied by x. Oh, very sorry. This cross multiply, right? 1040 times x minus 900 times x minus 10 equals to 4 times x minus 10. Is that clear to you?
Oh, okay, yeah.
You can divide everything by 4. So divide by 4. Do it on your calculator. 4 times 2 is 8. And so 24. 4 times 6 is 24. Right. Minus 4 times 2 is 8. 10. 4 times 2 is 8. 25. X minus 10. Simplify first as much as you can. Open this bracket. X square minus 10x. Is that okay? Now, open this bracket again. So you get, check my calculations also, use calculator. Minus 225x plus 2250 equals to x square minus 10x. Okay, combine the terms. 260x minus 225 is how much? 5 and 5, 3, 35, right? X and bring, okay, let's just put like this. 2250 minus this is plus 1. X square minus 10x. Bring all the terms together. So 0 equals to x square minus 10x minus 35x minus 2250. So 0 equals to x square minus 45x minus 2250. Now you could do product and sum, or you can use quadratic formula. Did you all get the same equation, or did I do something?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, ask.
I'm just a little bit confused. I think I know how you did it, but I think just the solution, like just the way you did it. So you did 1040 x minus 100 x minus 10, and it's being multiplied by x minus 10, and then you multiplied x and x minus 10 by both sides. Wouldn't
Yeah.
that mean you're canceling the x and the x minus 10 all from the other side because you're multiplying, and then from this side you're dividing?
Basically, I'm multiplying by this factor, right? I'm multiplying by this factor, all the terms, correct? So when you
Yeah.
multiply on this side, x minus 10 gets cancelled, you are left with x, correct? The second term, x get cancelled, you are left with x minus 10. Now you have to open the brackets. So when you open, now then next step, I divided by 4, correct? I divided by 4. So when you divide this by 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 24, 4 times 6 is 24, and 0.
But if you like divide x by x, wouldn't you be left with 1? Or
Yeah, 1 you don't have to write, right?
oh, so why? So okay. So the first step you multiplied x and x minus 10. So the next step, shouldn't you have like it's weird.
You can use your method of solving this quadratic equation. Basically, you have to expand polynomials, right? And then to a quadratic equation. But anyway, anybody else? Do you get the same equation or do you get a different equation? That is my big question.
Sir, it's
Yeah.
the same equation, and x is equal to 75.
Oh, you got the answer also. Oh, very good. Beautiful. So did you factor or use quadratic formula?
I use quadratic formula, sir.
Better. So just use quadratic formula. So x is equals to minus b, which is 45, plus or minus square of 45, right? Minus 4ac. So minus and minus becomes plus 4 times 2250 over twice a, which is 2, and calculate. If you get one positive and one negative answer, the positive one is the only right answer, which you said is 75, correct?
Yes, sir.
So those are the number of pizzas which they actually bought. Is that clear to you? Now you can answer all the 3 questions. Okay? Does make sense? Not difficult, correct? Let me tell you what are the related questions which come here. I'll give you actual questions, right? Which are there in the test paper. The other question will be, let us say Anil bought a box of t-shirts for $900. Box of t-shirts for $900. He kept 10 for himself, sold the rest, making a profit of, let us say 50, whatever, 50 cents per t-shirt. Do you get the idea, right? It's the same question.
Sir, so you'd follow the exact same method.
Exact same method. So
Yeah.
the idea is, it is always the same question. Sometimes it is t-shirts, sometimes it is the pizza, right? It all depends. What is the season? Right? So whether you are really watching the game and enjoying it or just selling the t-shirts for Blue Jays, it all depends. Same question is asked. Now, very important. Both the solutions, are they absolutely clear to all of you? Right? No doubt, right? Okay, great. So, second, Akshat, you have the book, right? So can you read some examples from the book if they have any application questions on reciprocal functions?
Yes, sir. I'll just find it.
You find out. On the other side, I'll share with you my playlist on this, right? So I'll search on my YouTube channel.
Sir, do you want me to read just any question?
No,
That's
you read the
related?
question which is relevant, which could
Yeah,
be
relevant.
treated
That's
as
what I meant.
as an application of reciprocal function. Read, then
Yeah.
we'll match. Are we on the same page? Kind of. You see that
Okay, sir. I'll find one from the practice test.
from your book, yeah.
Yeah.
Here I will actually search on my YouTube or anybody else. Hamza, can you run? Okay, Hamza, can you run YouTube and search Anil Kumar reciprocal
Okay,
application?
sure. Okay. Okay, should I share my screen with you?
Yeah, you share the screen.
Sir, I found a few questions. I'll share them after Hamza goes.
Okay.
All right, bet.
Anil
How do you
Kumar
do this? Sorry, I don't really use you. We always use Google Meet.
Okay.
in
Go to
school,
YouTube.
so-
Go to YouTube.
Yeah, I'm just trying to share my
yet.
screen. Oh, here. Okay, nice.
Okay, sharing screen.
Okay, here. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So type Anil Kumar write reciprocal application.
The reciprocal what?
Application.
Application. Cool.
Enter. So you see so many videos. Now add playlist to it. Add playlist. Application, then after application, add, go back,
Oh.
go back.
How do you do that?
Okay, again on the search on the top, write down, type further playlist.
Oh, okay. I think I can make a
Enter.
difference.
Now
Okay.
there will be some playlists. Go down the list.
Oh, here.
In
Is
the
this it?
playlist, you'll find 20, 30 questions, right?
Is it
Okay,
here?
word problems. Yeah, click this one. Click
Okay.
this one. Right. There you go. So these are the type of questions which have been seen in previous test papers, right? I have 20 of them right there. If you go through 20 of them, exactly same question will be there in your test paper, guaranteed.
Okay.
You will find they're either related with time, distance, speed, or like pizza type. The second question is what we just solved. You see that? Pizza
This one?
cost. Do you see that? That is what we solved. Then the car wash. Car wash is also very familiar, but the same thing. We solved this question, right?
Sir?
Chocolate factory. Do you see that chocolate factory question? They're doing the same thing. What I'm trying to say here is, now what you should do today, watch these videos so that you understand how do we solve applications related to rational functions. This is rational functions. We just picked up reciprocal. We will now cover rational function in the next class. Is that clear to you? However, this playlist covers the whole Unit 5 applications. Okay, some of the questions are also from your book because students keep asking me those questions again and again. So I rather put them there straight with their question number and page number so that I don't have to, think about it. So from the list, you can just pick up most of the popular questions from your book and see their solution. You get the idea?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you find a new question? Now it's Akshay's turn. Akshay, you can share your screen and
Yes, sir.
show me some questions which we could solve now.
Yes, sir. I'll just share my screen. There were a few over here, sir. Application.
Yes, read the first one. 7. Question
Okay,
number
I'll
7.
just zoom in. Yeah.
Question number 7, Akshay, read it.
When polluted water begins to flow into an unpolluted pond, the concentration of pollutant C in the pond at T minutes is modeled by CFT equals to 27T over 10,000 plus 3T, where C is measured in kilograms per cubic meter. Determine the rate at which the concentration is changing after 1 hour and 1 week.
Correct. So here the equation is already given to you. If
Okay.
the equation is given to you, it's not a big deal. The problem is writing the equation and then solving the question, correct?
Sir?
Yes.
So now you just plug in 60 for A and then the number of minutes for 1
So
week.
when it says it's a rate of change, you remember f of A, so you have to apply that particular formula as you know, correct? So let me just, Akshay, you remember the formula of rate of change?
The
So we had
instantaneous
two.
reduction?
Yeah, you could have f of A plus H minus f of A, right?
Yeah.
Over H. So this is the formula which you have to apply. So in case determine the rate of change at which the concentration is changing after 1 hour, right? So basically that time is given to you, and after 1 week, that time is also given to you, 2 different parts. Just plug in and see in which units time is there. Time is in minutes. Do you see that time is in minutes? So therefore, as Akshay, you are saying, you have to write this as 60 minutes, correct?
Yeah.
So once you put this as 60 minutes, you can easily do this particular question. Take the H value as 0.001 and A as 60. Okay. And
Sir.
calculate your answer. Yes.
Sir, so after you plug in 60 minutes into CFT, right? That won't be your final answer, right?
No, no. First find C of 60, correct? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Then find C of 60.001.
And then find the
use
rate.
the formula.
Okay.
Is that correct? H is 0.001, plug in 2 values, use calculator, get your answer. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Next question, please.
Should I read it, sir?
Yes.
The demand function for snack cakes at a large bakery is given by function P of x equals to 15 over 2x squared plus 11x plus 5. The x units are given in thousands of cakes, and the price per snack cake P of x is in dollars. Find the revenue function for the cakes and estimate the marginal revenue for x equals to 0.75 What is the marginal revenue for x equals to 2?
Yes. You should understand what is the revenue when a demand function is given to you. Now, demand function is not really explained in this particular question, but must have been explained there in your chapter. Okay. For example, demand is actually the cost. You should say demand is cost at which anybody is purchasing something. You get my class idea, right? For example, let us say I'm trying to sell my classes and say I'll charge you $100 for one class, but there is no one to take it. So my saying $100 for each class is not the demand, right? But as soon as I say, well, I'll charge you $25 for my class, hundreds of people are there. There is a demand. You see that? So actual cost is $25 because at that price I can sell. You get the idea. So demand is the cost at which sales is being done. When you make a sale, people will give you money. That means revenue is generated. Revenue is directly proportional to cost into number of items. So when you want to find the revenue, R of X, then R of X revenue will be equals to the demand function which is given to us, which is P of X times, it is a function of X, number of items times X. You get the idea. So you have to multiply this equation by X to get the answer for part A. So that is your revenue. Is that clear to you? So in this particular case, revenue will be P of X times X. So multiply this by X and you get your revenue. That is the answer of part A. Do you understand the revenue and demand function now?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand, everyone? Clear? Right. So we done part A. Second, estimate marginal revenue for X equals to 0.75. Now, what is the marginal revenue for this? First thing is, what is marginal revenue? This is also very tricky. You need to understand, and I hope it was explained in the chapter. Marginal revenue is like this. Let us say I'm selling t-shirts for, let us say, $10 each. I must be making some profit. Now, when I write like this, what is the marginal revenue for X equals to 2? It means, 2 is in different units. What are the units they're calling? How many thousands or what?
Yes, sir. It was thousands of cakes.
Thousands of it. So 2,000. Do you understand? 2,000. So it means when you sell 2,000, what is the revenue generated? And when you sell 2,001, what is the revenue generated?
Sir, so it's just instantaneous, right? Like it's similar to that.
At this moment, for
Yeah.
every extra piece, what is the additional profit you make? That is your marginal revenue. You get the idea? You understand?
So, sir,
yes.
you can't say what is the instantaneous revenue. You have to say marginal.
Normally that term is not used. The term used is written in the question itself.
Okay.
So now can you read question number 9, please?
At a small clothing company, the estimated average cost function for producing a new line of t-shirts is C of X equals to X squared minus 4X plus 20 over X, where X is the number of t-shirts produced in thousands. C of X is measured in dollars. Calculate the average cost of a t-shirt at a production level of 3,000 pairs.
Correct. So the function is given to you. Now, when the function is given to you, it's not difficult. These are rate of change questions which you are reading. So apply the rate of change formula and 3,000 pairs. What is the unit? In thousands. Calculate the average cost of t-shirt at a production level of 3,000 pairs. And it is in thousands. So what value will you put? 3, not 3,000. You get the idea.
Oh, okay, because it's in thousands already, so you divide it by 1,000, right?
Yeah, so you will put 3. X is 3. 3 will mean 3,000. So you have to read the units, and that is where sometimes the students will make a mistake. In all these questions, that 1,000, you have to consider what really the number X is. Is that clear to you? So try these questions and see, they're straightforward plugging into the, but you are not making any equations here, correct? So yeah, that's the thing. Go to the end of the chapter and see the revenue rational function test. Yeah. So here we'll have some application questions, correct?
Yes, sir.
So we'll check this. Check this
like
question
here.
number 8. Can you please read this?
A group of students have volunteered for the student council car wash. Janet can wash a car in M minutes. Rodriguez can wash a car in M minus 5 minutes. While Nick needs the same amount of time as Janet, if they all work together, they can wash a car in about 3.23 minutes. How long does Janet take to wash a car? So I think we just saw this question, right?
You just saw this question. So
Yeah.
what I was trying to say, here you have to make an equation, correct? Equation is not given to you. That is the difficult part. First you make an equation, then you solve it. 2 steps. If you can't make an equation, how will you solve it?
Sir,
Yes.
so for this problem, we wouldn't use the distance, speed, and time, right? We would have to
Same
go with the-
concept. Rate is rate, right? So 1 over x, where is the question? M minus 1 over m minus 5 plus you get the rate. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So it is the same concept because the person who is washing the cars faster will do more cars. Correct? Slower means less cars. So m minus 1 will do more. So 1 divided by m minus 1 is number of cars washed in an hour. So you will see how much unit of job is being done and then equate the total time taken is 3.23.
Okay, and then just
You have
solve
to
for n,
equate
right?
all the three. So if you make that, it is a similar table. I'm not writing distance times speed, but it is kind of same thing. You can directly write down the equation. So I'll recommend go to my list. You have this question, correct? You have this question. So this question equation is given, should not be very difficult. Okay, where equation is not given?
So I think everything else is given, but like over here, it's not given for number 4.
Okay, number 4. Yeah, read this question.
A company purchases X kilograms of steel for $2,249.52. The company processes the steel and turns it into parts that can be used in other factories. After this process, the total mass of steel has dropped by 25 kilograms, but the value of the steel has increased to $10,000. The company has made a profit of $2 per kilogram. What was the original mass of the steel? What is the original cost per kilogram? Okay,
Correct.
so this
Same
is like the
question.
pizza question, right?
Same question as pizza question. You
Yeah.
did not keep number of slices or pieces, but the mass was gone as a scrap. So minus 25 will come in the denominator, right? But exactly the same question. What I'm trying to say is, if you understand 2 or 3 questions from that list of 20, you will definitely do the exam question without any problem. That is what I'm trying to say, correct? So to be on safe side, do them all. Just 20 of them solved, right, for you. So that should really help you. I hope that really helps. We'll kind of wind up now. And I'd like to have your views on today's class. Okay, so we'll just... Okay, then we'll begin with Hamza. Hamza, can you summarize about today's lesson? What did you learn? How useful it was for you? You are on mute, Hamza.
Sorry. We learned about application of rational functions, and yeah, obviously it helps with that unit, but I think it helps like in general how to solve an equation, like just the way you did it with the table and like writing the formula first and plugging the values in and such. So I think even outside this unit, I think we could still like learn from the concepts he taught us. So I think it was very useful.
Correct. Ankita.
Just like Hamza said, the whole process of having a real life application not only helps you in the math class, it also helps you outside of the math class. And I think that's what I was thinking about the most, because when you think about like rational functions and reciprocal functions, you think like graph, right? Like that's the first thing that comes to your mind. And so these application questions, which did not mainly use a graph at all, actually, it just really helps again in the math classroom and outside.
Sure, thank you. Vishruta.
This class I learned like a lot of tips and tricks to how we can solve the question, and like the other students said, it's like it helps a lot, not just for this unit or this class. It's like throughout everything.
That's so true. So if you do those 20 questions, I'm telling you, you'll be good in both math and physics, solving any word problem. So, okay, Akshat, can you please wind up? This
Yes, sir.
PC is out of battery now. Yeah.
Sir, so for this lesson, I really learned how to approach the problem mainly. because before when I used to see like a word problem, right? Like first of all, if I saw a problem like that, then I would probably be stuck on it, right? But I learned new methods such as making the table and how to approach the problem. Like first of all, making the equations and then plugging the value of x after, and you just get the 3 answers straight. So I really appreciate that.
Great. So we'll wind up here and get ready with the next unit. I mean, the same unit, but the next chapter on rational functions. So slightly more difficult. And as you have seen in the review exercise, we have actually done most of it, correct? But tomorrow you'll understand so many more things and you'll really appreciate this particular unit. Okay, then, all the best. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.